Okay, so let me start by praying. Dear Father, I just thank you for the opportunity to always get to know you on a deeper level, no matter what it looks like, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what it sounds like. Lord, I just ask that you help me get to a deeper spot in this relationship with you every single day of my life until I actually come into your presence. And I just thank you, Jesus, for being that role model that I need in my life to show me the way. And I just ask that you use me, Lord. Let your people know that you are available, able, and ready. And in Jesus' name, amen. Snitch time. It's really rough when, like, you keep butting your head. Like, how many times you have to bump your head. And that's like a reoccurring theme with me. And it's funny because I want to say like 6 years ago, maybe, my aunt had told me that she was in prayer and God said that I was going to keep going through the same thing unless I got right. And when God says get right, to me, what He's telling me is that my focus should be Him. Now, I don't know, maybe I'm the only person who has ever been obsessed with something, whether it be a piece of cheesecake, because those are proven facts, a TV show, proven facts, um, a person, a thing, like I'm obsessed with it and I go hard for it. That's what he's talking about to me. He's saying, I need you to get right. I need you to be like this. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm like in my 11th week of nail school, and it's been super rough because I make it rough. You know, if I would just put God first, spend time with Him, let Him lead, things go a lot smoother. However, I've been Tanya. We can put this in the category of being a Taurus. We can put this in the category of like going through life trauma where I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to be independent. I set the standard and the values for things because of things that I've seen in my life. That's not what God wants for me. He does not want that. He wants me to solely depend on Him for everything: school, breathing, moving, working, thinking, eating. Like, and I know it sounds kind of crazy, like it's some type of brainwashing, slave mentality, cult type thing, but you gotta want to. And for me, like, God asked me for my time. Give me your time, right? I don't give Him my time all the time. I'm in school. I get to school. I have to live a school life. I got to try to take this information in. But I got a problem with like learning and stuff that really does, it's not like not appealing. If it's not appealing, I don't want to learn about it. However, this is something that is going to put me in a position to where I can set up my front to preach this gospel and back myself financially because of what the Lord has given me. He gave me the vision to go to nail school, not me. So that's happening. I had that mental breakdown this summer and my money went. I literally have a screenshot of my bank account saying negative 187 and 39 cents. Really crazy. Broke it down like the devil's trying to commit a homicide here with my bank account with this negative 187, and I'm 39 years old, so I see him coming for me. I know what this is. So I fell off drastically, like was behind in bills, all this other stuff. Am I saying am I caught up? No, but I'm catching up and the money is coming. Like I went from making $1,000 in 2 months, which I like have not done it in a long, 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 long time. At least over a decade ago. I would that like that period, 2 whole months, 60 days, and all I made was $1,000 because my insurance was getting half of my money. So technically, I've made about like $17,000 this year, right? Because I had surgery, I was out for 2 months, had a mental breakdown, was out having issues with my arm, I was out, started going to school, and then working super part time. So half of that went to insurance. So I can't afford to live on hopes and dreams when my insurance is swallowing up all of my paycheck. Whatever. The point of that was like, I can't put my trust in my job or my money and be like, okay, this is going to be enough for me, because obviously when it's gone, it's gone. Like, it doesn't replenish itself. What I can do is put my hope and my trust in God and know that he's super thorough. Like, he's always going to come through. He's always faithful. Like, I don't ever have a time where I come to God and he's like, I don't even want to talk to you. Like, lose my number. Like, whatever. He's not like that. And I've been very aggressive for so long. Like, it hurts my body. It hurts my body. But there's something about the pop off that's still like engaging to me, where I'm like, you want it, I'm gonna give it to you. Horrible. However, these are things that I am working on as I sit and spend time in learning how Jesus would move and the type of people he would move around, like the Herodians. This is like a political type of party because they're, working for Caesar, collecting money, you know what I mean? They're not really Pharisees, not really Sadducees, because they're not, but they're in the mix. And they try to trap up Jesus. So people in power and position would try to trap up the one true God. You know what I mean? But he already knows what's happening. So I want to be in a position where I already know what's going down in your spirit because I'm cool with God that he's going to let me know. And this is something I ran from for a long time. Like, I don't have any friends, right? And the one friend I did have, we broke up because of $50. So when I'm telling you my money was short, my money was short. Like, I wouldn't even open up bills, nothing. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it, but I can't live that life if I'm going to follow Jesus, because it is about discipline. It is about being focused. It is about order, right? And I have not been that. And I'll be the first to tell you. So me and her break up, right, over $50. And I should have probably took the higher road, but I said some things I shouldn't have said, and I'll give it some time and I'll see her and we'll work it out. It'll be good. But like, no friends whatsoever. And I roll solo dolo and I'm okay with that. But being in that position, like, all I got is me. So there's like really, no outside feedback other than God to be like, look, you're tripping. You need to stop focusing on this and get to this. You have to do what's right. People are always about self. And I can say that because I'm about myself. And I'm telling you I'm about myself. Um, but in this life I want to have more. It's it's bad. And I'm talking about my life. I'm one person in this universe. Just imagine what happens in the world every single day and the atrocities that people have to go through and the things that they have to endure because of, the ruler of this world, who is obviously not God. So like, this time that I've been going through and not really like blogging, not, um making videos and kind of just getting out here and telling on me and my struggles and how good God is and how, you know, if I'm in the middle of something, I can just go right to him and not have to focus on it or not let a situation consume me to where I'm having anxiety, I'm having panic attacks, I'm getting depressed. You know, I've legit had suicidal thoughts since I was like 10. They're not my thoughts, because no one can actually say where their thoughts come from. There's just these random things that pop in your mind, you know. But does that mean that I succumb to it? No. I am in control of my mind. Even God doesn't press me about my mind. I mean, He obviously says, like, look, I want you to think on things that are good. I want you to be hopeful. I want you to have faith. I want you to, have me in your thoughts so I can help you through everything. Everything. It doesn't always happen like that because I get full of me and I want to do me. Like, me and Jack, ooh wee, this is a long race. God said I gotta proceed with caution when I'm sitting here talking about Jack because he loved Jack too. You see, it's that type of thing instead of like being a person that's gonna be like, oh, it's bap 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 bap. He didn't build me like that, obviously. So God had told me to always love Jack, right? Like just keep loving him, Tanya. Just keep loving him, Tanya. Just keep loving him, and I just be like, God, not really looking at how hard Jack has to love me because I am a very tough, closed in, stuffing, aggressive, like blah, blah, blah type of person and won't care. I have a filter. I use it when I want to, which is going to change. But like when you go through something with somebody and God has placed them there, it's not on you to say how it's going to be. It's God. I got to think about it like we get in we get in heated arguments about stuff and like we legit get in each other's faces and it's like I remember we were both at this one point where it was like, man, I just want to be around you. I just love you so much. And that happened when we kept God in our relationship. But then it's like things happen and we start, I got God over here, you know what I mean? Like we're going for a custody order of God and how much God we have and how much God, it speaks to me or, but if he was really speaking to both of us, it would always be about peace and love. I want the best for my family. And like, you got to go through some stuff. You got to, at the end of the day, people might not make it, but the best thing you could ever do for somebody is pray. Legit. That's that. So, like having that stuff weighing on me, do I keep that in or do I run that back to God? Like, God, okay, I really don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. What do you want me to do? God is always like, focus on me. Focus on me. Come spend some time with me. Let me talk to you. Let me get you back to where you need to be. And that's the best thing. Like, for a woman, when you have this man who comes through and doesn't try to take from who you are and allows you to do you, but comes in as a bonus and just kind of just, you know, because you do it for him. Like you boss up. When you have that perfect person for you, you boss up because there's two people working together for a common thing, which is always going to be great because I take my special set of skills and you take your special set of skills. We bring it together. And if we're really trying to walk this out with God, he's going to get the most like glory, praise, boasting. Like I'm a jack on God all day, all day. So I said all that to basically talk about this time that I've been away and the time that I just kind of like live my life and go through whatever I go through. A lot of it I really don't have to go through. I don't have to go through, worrying about what's going to be next, if I got to quit school, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to pay all these bills, how, like, you know, I'm going to be there for each one of my children, how I got to do this thing for God. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I can't even imagine throwing in right now extra stuff. extra stuff like being a person who is like, I wonder if so and so likes me, or I'm not good enough, or, I just, like, it's just failure. And it's not really a person, but it's a spirit that's inside that's feeding this negative, this self doubt, this self defeat, like all of this stuff inside. Can I just give you a disclaimer about me, real quick? Because I've had like no friends, right? And I just had family, and family's probably rougher than anything. If you can give it, you can take it, right? So I'm going to talk about Jesus. I'm going to talk about my problems. I'm going to talk about how he brings me back in, when I'm about to jump off a cliff. And, there's that stereotype that Hispanic women are crazy. I ain't crazy. I'm psycho. For real. Psychotic. Because it's like, how could I sit here and live this life where I believe that if I really just do good, I'll get somewhere? If I put my time and effort into one thing, I'll just be like this amazing person, and I'll reach the social status that, you know, I can jack about. That I can do all of that, but if I'm rotten inside, that means absolutely nothing. And I don't want to be rotten inside no more, because let me tell you, it's not cute at all. And like, it is what it is. I'm not really gonna ever intentionally say something to hurt someone's feelings, but the truth is the truth. Could I sugarcoat it so it could be easier to swallow? Yeah, but I ain't a candy maker, right? This walk is real. This enemy is alive. If you don't do anything, like, you don't go to church, you don't listen to worship music, just sit and think about all the things that run through your head. And if there was someone or something that could come through and change those, how willing would you be to entertain that idea? Hustling hard is not being in the street. It's doing whatever you need to do to get to where you need to be. I need to be in a spot where God can use me effectively with each and every waking moment of my life, and even in my dreams, because, I want to know stuff before it happens, and 9 out of 10 times he tells me in my dreams. Um, there's more. The enemies that you think are really enemies, they're not. People are all going through something. And when people go through stuff, they handle it differently. I was a person who popped off. I still pop off. Am I perfect? No. But I'm catching it. And I'm starting to be like, God's starting to be like, ah, really quick. When did I start looking like that? When did I start flexing my righteous right hand on your life? I'm like, never, because he does it. You know, there's a way, there's some truth, and then there's a life that only one man came to demonstrate, and that was Jesus. Holla at God.